Now, when you're appearing for this exam this time, may I know how many of you are like freshers who are giving this exam for the first time, or there are any, candidates who have already appeared for the JAIIB exam before? Just let me know in the chat, because if you're completely new to this area, in that case, let me tell you, you have total 4 subjects. This one is old. All others are new. All these are new. So altogether this time you will have total 4 subjects to prepare. The first one being Indian economy and Indian financial system. This talks about the Indian economy. So the first part. What is the first part all about? It will talk about microeconomy, macroeconomy. Then the second part, Indian financial system. This will talk about the capital market, money market, financial instruments, financial regulators who are regulating the financial system of India, the one who are creating or making available the funds, right, from the household to the business people. So that is what you will be talking about, right? And then there is principle and practices of banking, PPB. This is something similar to what you have studied earlier, right? Then comes the third subject, AFM. That is accounts and financial management for bank. This has changed completely. So accounting process would be there, but there is a huge change this time in the accounting subject. So AFB is now replaced with the topic AFM. It's a completely new topic. Then you have retail banking and wealth management. Again, a complete new topic. Right. So these are the completely new topic that are available. That is retail banking and wealth management. Altogether, these are the 4 new subjects that you are required to prepare, correct? And any doubts still here? In case of any doubt, just let me know. Now, altogether, these papers will be conducted. You have to start your preparation early so that there is no delay with respect to any clarity in the concept or anything. So when you talk about the preparation, you have to start your preparation early this time, right? Why? Because the syllabus is very lengthy. How many of you have attempted JAIIB exam before? Have you attempted this exam before? So in case if you have prepared for this exam before, you'll find now there is a huge difference. Earlier also it was tough, and now also you'll find it tough. Why? Because there are huge changes in the syllabus. Right, there are major changes in the syllabus. Now, my question is, do you think that 6 months are, the 6 months are finally, I will be telling you the passing criteria also. So, are these 6 months enough for passing the exam? So, ideally, if I say yes, why? Because when you talk about the detailed syllabus, you will find that there are certain topics which you have studied earlier, which you have decent knowledge about. But yes, there will be special topics which will require your attention. Now, for example, when I talk about Indian economy architecture, somewhere you would have studied this topic earlier in JAIIB if you have attempted it before. The one who is new, that would be completely new subject for you. Right. Now, there is no stress about it. Why? See, if you start your preparation early, there is one thing that you gain concept clarity. Right. Once you start your preparation early, you start gaining the concept clarity, and that concept clarity will help you to attempt the practice questions. Right. So once you start preparing early, you get a good conceptual knowledge. Then you start practicing the question. You can prepare your own revisions notes or summary notes, and you need not be dependent upon anyone for this. Right. Then after that, once you're done with the summary notes and revision is done, you can give the test series, practice question, attempt mock test. All this will actually increase your chances of selection. Trust me on this, if you're following certain steps, right, you will be able to clear this exam. Now, there are 4 modules having these topics, right, in detail. These are the topics that you'll find in the exam this time, in the JAIIB syllabus. Now, if you talk about the passing criteria, so this time the exam will have 100 questions like before, and each question would be of different mark, which IABF has not yet specified. Right, but what is the passing criteria? So altogether you have 4 paper, 1, 2, 3 and 4 paper. So ideally, what will be the aggregate marks? You have to score 50 minimum in each for getting exemption, and altogether an aggregate of 200. So if you score 45 in some subject but 55 in some other subject, right, then it is fine. So minimum passing marks is 45, but do remember, for exemption you have to score 50, right, and for the aggregate you have to altogether get 200 to get cleared throughout your JAIIB. So for example, if I explain you it in this way, let's say in paper 1, 2, 3, 4, you scored 45 here, you scored 52 here, 53 here, and 55 here. Will you get passed? Will you get, or will you not get passed? Will you get clear? Will you be able to clear the exam? Yes. Why? Because when you see the aggregate score over here is more than, right, it is more than 200, so you are cleared. Though you have scored 45 in this subject. Let's say if you score 44 over here, 52, 55, 65, you will not be able to clear this exam. Why? Because minimum marks in each subject should be 45. If it is less than 45, you will not be able to clear the exam. Something that is really important is this time to start preparing early. The only problem that many of us face is that we start preparing late, because of which the revision time, the class completion time, the question practice time, it's a common time. And because of which you somewhere start skipping topics, skipping revision or practice question or mock test. In case you want to, in case you want to ensure that you get selected this time, one thing that you should listen to me or my advice is to start preparing early.